You see Drake, Drake not dissing, fucking having a convo with that rapper.
You think that's real?
He's like, yo, you're a fish.
You think that's real?
Yeah. Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yo, if you're really
I'd like to think that Drake's bigger than that.
If you're really trying to put me on, da 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 da.
Who did he say he was putting on instead?
He said some other rapper's name. I forget the name.
Some other Toronto rapper.
And he's like, who has the screenshot? Do I have the screenshot?
Academics has a screenshot, I know.
But I didn't send it?
Did you send it? I don't know. I honestly, I sent stuff to the group. I never actually opened it.
The Jay-Z Kylie thing to me was like, you gotta be kidding me, yo.
Hey, man.
Like, how is Kylie worth as much as Jay-Z?
It's the social media age. She's literally the queen of social media.
I call bullshit on Kylie's net worth. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it is.
I call bullshit on it. There's no way she went from fucking 0 to 900 mil.
She didn't go from 0.
I mean, obviously not 0, but like Kim was leading the pack.
Yeah, and
at
Kylie
300 mil,
up.
Right? And you're telling me literally overnight, Kylie is now 900.
Do you know how big her makeup line is? It's because you're not a girl. That's why.
Fair.
The fact that I know girls that are paying duties just to get her lipstick or her whatever Kylie lip kits.
And Fenty.
Yeah, but they don't care about Fenty. They care about the white people. They don't care about Fenty.
It ain't Fenty, man.
They care about Kylie.
Come on, man.
Get those Kylie lips.
That's crazy.
One girl got everyone getting lip injections.
That's crazy, man. She changed the game.
Yeah, queen of social
media. But she's not a billionaire, man. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying it.
Well, she's 900 millionaire.
I'm not buying it.
She's a 900 millionaire.
I'm not buying it.
Good, let's go.
But if you are ready,
ho ho ho, Merry effing Christmas.
That is true. Fuck, I just thought about that. Yeah. This is our Christmas episode.
Christmas Eve.
Welcome to another episode, True North Views podcast. What are we on? E35?
35, yes.
The
Kevin Durant.
Shout out to Toronto. He's coming to Toronto.
He's not to New York. Fuck New York.
Who else for 35?
I don't know. KD's the only relevant one.
Yeah.
That's all we got to care about. We only care about the relevance.
That is true. That is true because True North Views podcast is the only relevant podcast.
Ooh, you heard it here first.
Out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying.
So we out here. You know what it is. Microphone check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello. Ho.
Welcome to another episode of the True North Views podcast. It is your go-to podcast to start your week.
Europe.
Your favorite podcast, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast. Some would even call us Toronto's unofficial podcast.
Why? Because we are the kings of dope criticism. The pharaohs of prolific opinion. The emperors of elevated thoughts.
Wow. How convenient is fucking that?
Now I go by the name Harris.
Is your boy Joshua.
And as usual, we're giving you our views from the perspective of a couple of first-generation Canadians on what's really buzzing, what people are talking about, and most importantly, what people are not talking enough about. You know what I'm saying? Now, as usual, before we get the show started, of course, you can follow us on all social platforms, Twitter, Instagram, at True North Views. That's one word, TrueNorthViews. You can find us, of course, on YouTube as well. Just search True North Views Podcast. Search us on Google. Make your life easier. True North Views Podcast. You will find us on your streaming platform of choice. If we're not on there, there's a problem. If there's a problem, I can solve it. Check out the moves in a DJ Revolve It. Ice Ice Baby. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's the lyrics.
This guy says some song lyrics.
But that's the melody.
There. Song lyrics.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
This is my story.
The Alicia Keys track with Thing.
I don't know. That line just got stuck in my head for some reason. I think it's a church song.
I remember those days when... Remember that song? L was my home, and me and mama bed was a big piece of foam, and...
Yes, I know that song.
Never comb, and... You don't know that song?
I know it. Like, it's ringing a bell, but I can't. I probably need to hear it.
Someday gonna be somebody. Said, "Mommy, don't worry." It's I think I'm done with the plug already.
Okay.
Somehow, some way. Now, of course, last week we did the Truies.
Yes, part 1 of the Truies. So if you're watching
part 1 of the Truies,
press pause, go listen to part 1, and then come back and rewatch and listen to this.
That's a hectic pause. That's like a 90-minute pause.
Well, trust me, you will not be missing out.
That is true. That was a great episode.
If you didn't listen to it.
That was a great episode for sure. We're here to bring you part 2 to round out our award season. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we have to, or we did, I should say, post some of our winners.
And this is cut and chopped and screwed. So if you want the uncut version,
gotta listen to the full thing, man.
You gotta listen to the podcast because we chop that stuff off for Instagram. Can't give you guys the full thing. Come on,
exactly. Man. We gotta make you guys want more.
Exactly.
But we did post part 1, and we came back to some interesting comments. Comments that didn't quite agree with us.
Yeah, for real.
And some comments that did agree with us.
As expected.
As expected. And that's good that we get an opportunity to go through that with you guys and have that discussion. So, I mean, what kind of caught your eye from some of the commentary on Instagram?
Dilit got like at least 4 or 5 different people commented on Dilit being a top album of the year.
Okay, now let's provide some context. So Dilit we have under the overhyped album of the year.
Yes.
We also have it in the top 3 most disappointing albums of the year.
That's pretty disappointing.
I think that's all we have. So obviously we have more negative feedback when it comes to that album. And really what we said was that it's not the album with Magnolia on it.
It's pretty much. Like,
it's that simple.
Magnolia carried that first album.
But what I will say is just hearing, reading the comments, hearing people's opinions on other podcasts as well.
Did you re-listen to this album? I will.
I was going to.
But I don't know when.
And shout out to Boozy Fade for their description of this album, making me want to listen to it again. When I bumped before that, I did bump, and we're going to talk about this actually right now. Why not? Earl Sweatshirt.
Because that also got opposite
so
of what we said, pretty much.
People have the same sentiment towards Die Lit as they do towards some rap songs by Earl Sweatshirt.
And that was in your most disappointing?
And that was in my 3 most disappointing albums of the year. So again, because the comments I was reading and because of the other podcasts I was listening to and just general news and general information about these albums, I said, you know what? When I say disappointing, when I say, underwhelming or overhyped or whatever it may be, it's not calling the other album trash by any means.
It's just saying.
It's really just saying, it didn't quite fit.
Hit where I thought it would hit.
Exactly. It didn't quite hit the way I thought it would. But that being said, I did go back and listen to some rap songs. And what I will say,
is it still on your disappointing
I'm
album?
still critical of it. I am still disappointed in it. However, I can appreciate it a little bit more, seeing it from the perspective that people who did thoroughly enjoy it and people who got
why they enjoyed it.
Exactly, people who got everything that they were looking for from it.
Makes sense.
Seeing their perspective and putting myself in their shoes. So it was. I mean, it's a good album. They are good albums.
I've not listened to Earl Sweatshirt yet.
They're not
I will try to Die Lit.
But it's funny because when I was listening to Earl, intentionally he was not trying to really. Intentionally, he was making it a choppy listen, all right? And again, shout out to Boozy Fade for this one because I'm kind of taking their verbiage here. But they intentionally made it a choppy, or he intentionally made it a choppy listen. He intentionally said, "Hey, I'm not going to make this easy for you to digest. You have to really start paying attention, right?"
So you got that from.
So yeah, when I started thinking about it from that perspective, even though I already was in that sense, but when I kind of thought about it more critically from that perspective, I did enjoy it more. Okay. But then at the same time, when album radio comes on Spotify and the next song is a Doris Earl Sweatshirt song.
You're like, this is what I want.
I'm like, yeah, this is way better. This is just miles ahead of some rap songs. So it is what it is.
On to another album that someone actually didn't like. And this was just we didn't really talk about this album, but it's Tory Lanez Memories Don't Die.
Who said they don't like that? Photo Queen?
Yeah, Photo Queen.
Yo, shout out to Photo Queen. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast group worldwide on Facebook. I'm gonna put her on blast. I'm gonna put her on blast right now.
Hey, okay, do it.
She messaged. We got the group chat going. I'm one of the administrators in that. Shout out to us. Everybody go join that Joe Budden podcast group worldwide. Search that on Facebook. 3,000 members at this point. We just got the 3,000 member mark. So give a motherfucking round of applause for that one. Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Photo Queen, aka I don't even know if we want to give
the Govy out.
The Govy out, but Photo Queen, she messaged in the administrative chat, and she was like, "Yo, what's up with your boy Just Shola?"
Wow, wait, whoa. What did I do?
I'm like, hold up, what did Just Shola do? This nigga's always liking my shit, and he's not commenting.
Oh, I don't know. I look. I scroll Instagram, double tap.
I started.
Comments coming soon.
I started dying. I'm like, yo, the man just, it's just a like.
Hey, you know what? Comments coming soon. Don't worry.
Comments are coming
Photo
soon.
Queen 24.
Photo Queen. Look out for that. But let's flame her a little bit. So she said that Tory Lanez Memory Don't Die.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Which I thought was better than his other one, which was Love Me Now. Oh, wait, no. Love Me Now was the one that came out second, right?
Love Me Now is a new one, yeah.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I take that back. I liked
Memories Don't Die was aight, though.
It wasn't bad. But it was... I like Love Me Now
Love Me Now was better. But Memories Don't Die, like, if Love Me Now is at 8, Memories Don't Die is a 7.5. Like, to me, they're right around the same thing.
Agreed.
In that sense, right?
So I don't agree with that.
What else? People liked Royce.
Yes, people liked your choice of Royce being a spit.
People like Royce, and that makes me happy.
Good choice.
Because again, like I said, Book of Ryan is getting the respect it deserves.
That's what people were saying.
Prime 2 really isn't, because it's kind of one of those earlier albums that people have sort of forgotten about, and that's okay. But because of both of those combined, I had to put Royce in that lyrical discussion. And shout out to the person that said, "Where's Frank?" on that list.
I saw that.
I said, "Listen, man,
you don't
Frank Ocean lyrical."
You don't.
To be fair, we said lyrical artist. We didn't say
true.
Lyrical rapper.
That's true.
So
Shout
I
out
can
to Frank
respect that.
Ocean.
I think one dude is still asking about Sci-Hi.
Did he drop something this year? Did he drop anything this year?
He
dropped something end of 2017.
In 2017, he had one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, he had a higher album.
I always say that. He had a top 3, top 4 album of 2017.
But he didn't drop anything.
Done anything
he
in
didn't put
2018.
any features. I think he wasn't a feature or two, but that's about it.
Stop telling me Sci-Hi is a top artist this year. He's not.
He's top artist.
He's not. You know what I'm saying?
No, anyway, let's get into the Truies.
Truie. I wish I had what song was it, man?
It must be a 2 Chainz songs.
Probably.
Because 2 Chainz rapped about True Religions for 6 years of his career.
Probably. It's definitely a 2 Chainz song.
She got something that said true.
But there was something that said truey, like ooey, truey, gooey. You know what I'm saying?
One of those.
I should have brought that. But I'm ill prepared. That's okay, because we're still rolling. We're still recording. We are going to get now into, of course, part two of the Truies, the TNV Awards, True Northview's Podcast Awards. We go by several names.
We go by everything.
Yes, we do. Where should we start now? We actually added an impromptu category to these awards right before recording. So let's get into that first, actually. So our first award is going to be handed out to the best concert.
Best concert.
Now, the criteria for us, again, because we make up our own criteria and we don't care what you guys say about that.
2 Fs.
Concerts that you've been to.
Yeah, that's the only criteria. You have to be attended the concert. You have to have attended the concert.
So, what is yours? And before you mention yours, let me give you your whole "and the winner is" type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
And the winner is...
The winner is...
Shout out to what's that game called? Smash Bros.
And the winner is Ray Sherman, Lil Skies, and
Wiz
Khalifa.
Nobody remembered
That's
Wiz as the
why.
headliner.
That's where I was going to go with this.
Do you remember when I questioned you guys, like, yo, stop this? Or people are here to see Wiz.
And then we see people walking out.
Yeah.
That reason why this concert is the best concert was because of the stressfulness we went through at this concert. The rain.
Yeah.
The
moving under
the
partially obstructed
the canopy.
Versus, yeah.
Those guys trying to perform.
White people mosh pitting.
Everyone's just jumping in the rain.
White people just sliding in the rain.
Like it's nothing.
Shirtless.
Us
catching
regretting
pneumonia.
not buying ponchos.
Oh my god. We had the smallest
Carrying our
umbrellas
chairs
on the
around.
Dollarama umbrellas.
Oh god.
That wasn't doing shit.
Can't lie, but Ray Sherman hyped the crowd up.
Yeah.
Everyone was on their feet for Ray Sherman.
Yeah.
And Wiz Khalifa came and everyone was on their seat.
Damn.
And then
Those
everyone walked
guys, he got cut short.
That was sad because I really wanted to see those guys.
He had some good energy when he came out, so I definitely tip my hat off to him there. He performed literally for about 4 minutes.
Yeah, he performed like 3 or 4 songs and he was
I don't
gone.
even think it was 3 or 4.
He performed one,
I think it was like
and then
1.5.
He performed one, and then they cut him off, and then like an hour later he performed 2.
Yeah, and then that's...
It was really bad,
But for what it was, like, so that was at...
Molson Amphitheater or Budweiser Stage?
Budweiser Stage, formerly known as Molson Amphitheater. And
Yeah,
for
they
those
changed
that
all the
aren't...
names.
I know. For those that aren't familiar, of course, with Toronto venues, that's an outdoor venue.
Yes.
That
Partially
took place... Was that in the
covered.
summertime? I
Yeah,
forget
it was
when
in
that
the
was.
summertime.
So obviously good
It was in
weather.
June, July.
Partially covered. You have your seats area, but depending on the artist, if it's not an artist that you care to see up close per se, a lot of people like the lawn seats a lot better, and the
It's like
lawns
general
are obviously
admission.
the further out nosebleeds, quote unquote, if you want to call them that, where a lot of people are.
It's
legal now. A lot of people are smoking weed.
You still can't smoke there though, because
that makes sense.
it's still like you can't smoke a cigarette there technically.
Yeah, and that's what I would think. That makes sense.
It's not like they're gonna stop. That's gonna stop anybody.
But yeah, it's funny because with that venue, I think what a lot of people, like myself included, about that venue is that the security guards really don't care.
It's a bunch of kids.
They don't care.
They're really there to watch. Half time the security guards are watching the concert.
They're there to make their $19 an hour
and watch
the
whoever
concert.
perform.
They don't give a fuck if you're smoking.
They do not get 2 kids. They're literally kids though. They're young. You're
Yeah,
youngins.
19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, things like that. Make your money. I'm not mad at that, and you get to see a free show, and you're not bothering nobody.
Hey,
Come on now.
So what's yours?
Before we get to that, I want to talk about Amphitheater a little bit more. Like, I've seen some funny shit at the Molson Amphitheater. I'll get into mine actually because I don't want to announce my winner yet, but I will get into mine. But I have seen a couple of shows at the Molson Amphitheater or Budweiser Stage.
Should have that's a prime summer concert location.
I think I've seen 4 shows there this year, if not
this
3 or
year.
4. 3 or 4 this year alone. Just to speak to that venue and how good that venue truly is.
Really is underrated.
In the lawn seat section, again, if it's an artist that you don't care to see up close, that's the key. Or that you can't afford up close. There's also
like Drake,
like
Drake or Drake's OVO Fest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I've seen people have picnics. I'm dead ass. They have a basket, sandwiches, foods, jam and peanut butter,
knife and cutlery and all that stuff. Plates,
cracker, building
garbage bags,
adult Lunchables.
Damn.
With the bread, digestive biscuits. And like a cold cut and some cheese. I've seen everything there.
Yeah, my first time on the lawn was this concert, actually.
Really?
I've never been on the lawn
that's
before.
True.
I was always a seated man's.
That is true.
Can't lie. I don't miss, like you said, if it's not an artist you care to see or you don't have the money to see, lawn's still not that bad. It's not that big of a venue.
But yeah, man, I mean, that Ray Shremmerd show, I'm just going to call it the Ray Shremmerd show pretty much, although it was a Wiz show. That was it, man. That was a good show. And I'm not mad at that pick at all. For myself personally, best concert.
And the winners.
I don't fucking know.
the one that man got mashed up on the stage.
I have 3 options.
The one that the lady came late to.
Because I always you know how I am.
You might give a man one option. He wants 6.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to give 3 options for my best concert. One of them is going to be J. Cole. I had the opportunity to see him up close and personal. I think I was in the 3rd row.
That's dope.
Air Canada Centre, Scotiabank Arena. Whatever.
Now.
That was also renamed. Scotiabank Arena. Got to see him up close. I got to see Earth Gang open for him, that alone was very special for me because that's a group I've been following for about a year and a half now. And again, I'm not somebody that likes to check who's opening. I like to be surprised by it.
I'm still surprised that you don't check that. I always want to know
I hate
who's
checking.
opening.
I mean, I'm there for the main artist, right? Unless it's like a Wiz situation where it's like Wiz and Ray and this and that, then that's different because you kind of want to know everyone.
Because everyone there's like somewhat of a name.
But like the Black Show, I had no clue Tierra Whack was opening.
I was going to tell you, and I was like, you know what? I know you don't like to
know what I mean? When I went to the Lauren show, I had no clue Tierra Whack was opening.
You saw Tierra Whack twice in concert.
That's crazy. When I think about it, that's nuts.
Shout out to Tierra Whack though. She's sick.
But yeah, I mean, J. Cole definitely was one of my favorite shows this year. Again, he always performs well. We know that he has a great live performance catalog and just live performance capabilities.
And he puts on a show.
He just makes it really worth your dollar. And, again, seeing Cole now for probably the 4th time in my life, for this time to be stadium up close.
It was nice.
It was special.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good.
Another option on my list is actually going to be the TDE tour. TDE tour presents. So
you went on this.
Let me tell you, Kendrick obviously was there. Absol performed. Schoolboy performed.
J-Rock.
J-Rock came out. Yeah, J-Rock performed.
Reason
wasn't there at
SZA?
the time. He wasn't signed. SZA, that's when her vocal cords were messed up, unfortunately. That was a great show.
That's good, man.
That was a great show.
TD has good shows.
And again, going back to Molson Amphitheater, going back to Budweiser Stage, depending on what you want to call it, that was an artist I just couldn't afford up close, right?
One of those.
I had lawn seats, and I'll be honest with you. I still remember how I feel in my body when he performed certain songs.
Win.
Not even win. You know what I'm saying? And that's more J-Rock stuff. But when it comes to Kendrick, like when he performed exactly,
they'll probably understand by the end of this song.
Seems like the whole city going against me. I remember the lights blaring. There were white lights. He was on stage. The stage was very bright. Like, what's Halle Berry or Hallelujah? What song is that called? Pick your poison. Tell me what you're doing.
That's forever.
What the?
I don't remember the name of the song.
Just in front of the gun forever.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Don't Kill My Vibe was a crazy Money Trees. The song I'm talking about.
Yes.
Between Swimming Pools, Pour Up Drink, Money Trees, Don't Kill My Vibe.
Those are hits. That was off his first album. Damn.
At least a couple more.
That album was hot.
From those songs alone, when I remember how my body felt, like I was just so trance-like, and just like the entire crowd was just singing at the top of their lungs, and you felt that primal energy at that venue.
Possibly because you were inhaling some, but
yeah, definitely because of that. But I'll tell you what, that's a feeling that I'm never gonna forget.
Hey, that's good, man.
Definitely
shout out to your
never
best
gonna
concert.
forget.
What's your last one?
Third one, very quickly, only for one reason, because it was the arrival of the True North Views podcast. Shout out to us real quick.
We never gonna let this die. Every episode.
Pusha T, for obvious reasons. The incidents happened on stage. We caught that footage. We posted that footage. We got 1 million views on that footage. We got everybody using our footage. Whenever I ask somebody, hey, did you see the videos for the Pusha T shit? And they say yes. And I say, guess who recorded it? And I point at me, and they go, whoa, say word. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, we're here. We're out here. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So that was our impromptu award.
Yes.
So now that we are, 30 minutes into the podcast, or 25 minutes into the podcast at this point, let's actually start our award show, our formal part of our award show.
Let's my suit and tie.
So at that point,
tuxedo.
The very first award of our official award show that we're going to give out is going to be the best project that is 7 songs or less. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess I'll go first.
Yeah, go first. I put this project just because of what Kanye did.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
but then it became a thing.
Yes,
that's the thing. Is it really became a thing? Like, there's a lot of good projects that came out that are 7 songs or less.
Yeah,
right. So this is a legitimate category in my opinion. Now, my winner of the best project, 7 songs or less.
The winner is.
That's easy money. That's Daytona all day.
Not finding you there.
Daytona, Pusha T, one of the best albums of the year,
hands
obviously. We're just talking mastery of everything. We're talking the full amount of cohesion coming together. And what I mean by that is not only song by song, but when we think about, Kanye's beats and Pusha's vocals, when we think about Kanye and Pusha working together with which samples to use and where to make this cut and where to make that cut. There's a reason why Pusha T said that he worked very closely with Kanye on this, as opposed to the other Kanye projects that were more so submit to Kanye and let him do his thing. And there's a reason why we see a difference in quality, to some regard, with the exception of the Tiana Taylor album. But that's why we see, and Kitsy Ghost actually was pretty good.
Oh, I was going to say, you're saying it's good, so I think it wasn't.
I'm saying Daytona was just, the quality, you can tell is that much higher than anything else Kanye West produced this year, because you're really seeing those two.
You're seeing Pusha put his input in like post into like, okay, wait, let's not put that beat there. Let's cut this a little shorter. Let's make this a little longer type of. He's putting his input, whereas he never used to. It should be just Kanye doing his own thing and then giving it to him after saying, "Do you like this?"
And something that was very interesting to me. So I was listening to It's the Real. Shout out to them. The Dream was on there. Obviously, he released a new project, 40 tracks, all fire, by the way. Go give that a listen.
Tracks, like 4-0.
Listen, like I tweeted, man, The Dream and Chris Brown are the only people I want to hear 40 songs from. And now I'm adding Ninth Wonder to that list, because Ninth Wonder also came out with a project.
And it was 40
I think
tracks?
It's 42 songs.
I thought it was about 7 songs. That's about 40s?
I'm telling you,
Make up your mind.
I've only consumed 3 albums this week, and somehow I've consumed 120 songs. But it is what it is. Where's I going with this? I forget where.
I don't know.
I completely forget. But anyways,
but The Dream on It's the Real.
Yes. So The Dream on It's the Real, what he mentioned, he actually mentioned 2 artists that are very easy to work with. Now, he's obviously a songwriter, and just being in the booth with those artists, or being in the studio, I should say, with those artists, and just having that work come together so easily. 2 names that he mentioned were Pusha T and Kanye West.
Really? Kanye?
So I can see that. It makes me wonder.
In the studio.
Well, I think it depends on the artist who he's working with.
True.
I think if it's Riri, if it's Pusha, if it's Hove,
like people that he's close with,
The Dream,
he knows almost on a personal level.
Not even quite. No, I think if it's people that are on that pedestal.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, and I think it's like, no, we're both great. Let's just make this shit happen.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So
Drake says he's a bitch ass in the studio.
That's an old ass Drake video. But like I was saying, man, you get those 2 together. They obviously work great together. Daytona just gave us a really good music. They gave us sort of phrases for us to use in the culture too. Like, if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? And
if you know, you know.
The Q Miller bar, people still remember.
And it reignited the beef.
And that's what I'm saying. It got what most people would call the best beef this year, minus Cardi Nicki. Most people would call the Drake Pusha at least a top 2, top 3 beef this year. And I mean, it really all, I'm not going to say started, but it was definitely reignited with Daytona. So
definitely.
Daytona gave us a lot of good things. It didn't really give us anything bad at all. I can't even play devil's advocate with Daytona. If I were to do so, I would only say, at least if it had 9 songs or 10 songs, then it would be in my running for album of the year. But you know what? It has 7. And in that case, it's going to win the award for me for best project, 7 songs or less.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? Your turn now. So let me give you your motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? And when there's
another Kanye West produced project in Kid See Ghost, which was Kid Cudi featuring Kanye West.
So Kanye gave the blueprint to the 7 song or less.
He really did.
We got to give Kanye his shine. And I've said this. Kanye is definitely in the running for producer of the year.
Yeah, you said that. Like, take away the antics.
Yeah. Let's just talk
music,
objectively
strictly
speaking, music.
His productions. He's put out some solid work. Even his own album was solid.
Definitely.
Kid See Ghost showed the reemergence of... I'm acting like I'm reading. It showed the reemergence of Kid Cudi and Kanye since 808s and Heartbreak, where we saw a softer side of Kanye for almost the first time in his singing. Kid Cudi had been off his for a minute, going into a different style.
Demon Slain was aight though, man.
I still never heard that album.
Passion, Pain, and Demon Slain.
I'm gonna try to listen to it.
That's a good album. I'm gonna just say
everyone said that too. I've read online that
I think that's from 2017 or 2016.
Yeah, one of those.
But Kid Cudi put out a good project back. Again, the album cover is like pink or purple.
Yeah, and he's like all black and
something like that.
It's
called Passion, Pain, and Demon Slain or something like that. Just search Kid Cudi's discography.
Pretty
goddammit.
much.
We have Spotify nowadays. It's very easy to find stuff. But yeah,
it brought us tracks like Reborn.
Yes,
it showed us
great song.
070 Shake's verse.
Yes,
which was honestly one of the verses of the year. Let's not forget that.
That's true. Although Am I confusing it with the Ye project? Is that the one
That's the one with 0 cents. I put my hand on the stove.
That's Kitsy Ghost?
To see if I still bleed.
Yeah. Come on now, man.
Trust me, I will listen to Kitsy Ghost this week.
Yeah. I put my... Yeah, 070 Shake is proper. Like,
It
she's a talented artist. Despite her shade for Wale. But it's okay.
Other than that, yeah, Kitsy Ghost, 7 songs or less. It showed me I want to see more from Kid Cudi. And yeah, that's it. Kid Cudi, give me stuff. Kanye, yeah, whatever, Kanye.
What I will say about Kitsy Ghost is that, unfortunately...
It needs to be longer too.
Yes, it does.
It didn't settle in.
Yes,
it was
it does.
just settling and then it stopped.
But I think Kitsy Ghost actually ran into a situation where it came out at the wrong time. Now, we know, of course, what Kanye was trying to do. But hindsight is always going to be 2020. But when we kind of think about it, if Kitsy Ghost had an opportunity to stand in isolation,
like an October release,
I think people would have
mid-October release.
Yeah, I think people would have really given it the credit that it deserves, and I mean amongst mainstream, if you want to call it that. I do think they have their own pocket. There are a lot of people that have Kitsy Ghost in their top 10.
That's me.
And I'm not mad at anyone that has Kitsy Ghost in their top 10 whatsoever. But I think it would have had more mass appeal if Kanye wasn't up to the stuff that he was up to.
Those antics.
If it wasn't surrounded by 5 other albums.
Shake my head.
Yeah, I mean they could have done more with it. I hope they maintain the Kitsy Ghost brand.
I hope so, like
if you want to
Kitsy
call
Ghost
it that
2 type of thing, or like
something like that,
or something featuring like an album and by Kitsy Ghost type of deal.
Something
that just says Kitsy Ghost, and you're getting a Kanye Cudi type of song.
Something that says "We out here."
That summer rollout. Just a quick side note. I think it had the potential, and then it just went sour.
I mean, but it only went sour because of Kanye's antics.
That's true, actually.
I think that's truly the only reason why. If
Kanye
Kanye was regular Kanye, even if Kanye was Pablo Kanye, we don't have to bring him back to Twisted Fantasy. We don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Not a MAGA hat wearing Donald Trump supporting Kanye.
Then it would have been a lot better. It would have been a much different atmosphere.
Every album was surrounded by his antics. It was like, oh, it's Kitsy Ghost, but Kanye did this.
Exactly.
It's Kitsy Ghost or KTSE, but Kanye said slavery was a slave.
And how many people do you know that say, I'm not listening to that Kanye shit?
A lot of people.
You know what I mean? Before they even get an opportunity to actually have the feedback of the music itself, they've already written off the person being Kanye. It's like the NFL, right? You say, I'm not fuck with the NFL. I don't care with that.
I don't
care about that shit at all. But yeah, it could be the biggest game of the week. Yeah, and you're like, you know what? I'm not fucking with that because it's the NFL. So Kitsy Ghost, I feel like suffered a little bit from the same fate.
Definitely.
But with all of these year-end lists and conversations that go on radio, on podcasts, in journals, blogs, etc. Kitsy Ghost gets its respect, and I'm happy for that. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, so let's leave it there for 7 songs or less. Obviously, we're not going to do 7 songs or more because that would be every other album.
Pretty much.
And we're going to get an opportunity to talk about that a little bit later on in the show.
Sir.
Yes, ma'am. You can act like you said man.
Yes, man.
I do that sometimes. I'll be like, yes, man. Man.
I work always with yes, sir, and later I'm like, oh, shit.
Or sometimes I'll be like, yeah. You're like, yeah, man. Like you're ushering. Yeah, man. I'll be like, yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. Let's move on to a very interesting category, Best Featuring Artist. Again, criteria is that we make up our own criteria.
Pretty much.
There's a lot of applicable names we can put here.
There's quite a few.
I'm intentionally dragging this out a little bit so the listeners can kind of think, what direction are they going to go in?
You know where this is going. God damn it.
You don't know where this is going because featuring artists could be anything from your people that hop on hooks.
That's true.
It could be people that hop on verses.
True.
It could be people that provide vocals without even necessarily getting the credit for it. It could really be a lot of motherfuckers now that I think about it.
It could be a lot of people.
I might want to revise. No, I don't want to revise because mine is definite. Mine's 1,000% definite. So best featuring artist of the year.
I'll let you start it actually.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I actually agree with yours. I kind of wanted to play devil's advocate. That's the reason why I didn't.
Fair.
For the same person.
Let's get into mine. So my 2018 best featuring artist of the year.
The winner is...
I should have played and the winner is Hove one for this one.
But it's not Hove. It is Hove, but he makes money off it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going with J. Cole on
Okay.
this one. Best featuring artist of the year.
Not even fighting you on that.
I honestly do not see a debate for it at all. For anyone that isn't aware of all of the different features that J. Cole has come out with this year, let me just run down some song names for you and song names for you to look up. Trippy, Anderson .Paak featuring J. Cole. Tribe, Boss featuring J. Cole. Boblo Boat, Royce da 5'9" featuring J. Cole. Pretty Little Fears by Black. Say Nah by Moneybagg Yo. Out of Sight, Out of Mind by J. Rock. Osom, O-S-O-M.
That's what that stands for.
Shea Butter Baby by Ari Lennox. That was a fucking hard feature. Zendaya by Cause. My Boy from Wale.
My boy.
Sojourner from Rhapsody. Off D's by J.I.D. And it was definitely Shirt Up when 21 fucking Savage.
I was about to say this album, this verse, put the staple he killed it.
If we had an underrated rapper of the year, it's 21 Savage. That guy is nice. Holy fuck.
You just the album?
My God.
It's fucking hilarious.
My goodness. That shit is nice. And then, of course, there's the 21 feature, A Lot featuring J. Cole.
He killed that, man. He murdered that feature.
Here's the thing, and I think everyone will agree, and they actually had a great discussion about this on the Joe Budden podcast that just dropped over the weekend, so go give that a listen as well. J. Cole is not playing around with these people on features. And I guess the one sort of argument that you can make is that when he makes music for himself, he's doing everything. He's producing, he's engineering, he's singing, he's writing the lyrics as well. When he's on a feature, everything is done for you. You know what I'm saying? All the legwork is done for you. So you're literally only focusing on the words that you're producing for this beat that's already been made for you.
You're not thinking about anything else.
So feature Cole is basically what we can see from Cole 100% of the time if he were to pawn off some of his work.
But he's not going to.
But he's probably not going to because he wants that full control. He wants his sound. Yeah. And I completely understand that as well. And that goes into your artistry. But if we're talking about J. Cole as the rapper, he killed it.
Murdered it on all
Killed features, it in 2018. Obviously, we put him as one of the lyrical artists of the year for that same reason. We saw what he does top to bottom from an art project being KOD. But again, going back to his features, they're all extremely fire. They're all different in their own way. He's not playing with us at all. He wants us to hear every single word that he's saying. We can see him do a faster flow like Off D's with JID. We can see, something that is a little bit more thought-provoking like Out of Sight, Out of Mind. We can see something for the ladies like Pretty Little Fears. We can see something that's just dope top to bottom like Boblo Boat. We see the A Lot feature where it's like, read the lyrics. I'm just going to say that. Read the lyrics.
Go listen to some...
I just don't see, and it's funny because on the Joe Budden podcast, Rory had the argument, and it's something to actually think about. He says he can't think of an artist in hip-hop history who's had a better featuring year in 2018 than J. Cole. I don't know if we can say that off top of the head, but it's interesting that he has that perspective because I feel the same way.
I would say at least our generation. Other than when Lil Wayne went on that run.
That was the thing,
Other than when Lil Wayne went on that run.
That was the argument. That Lil Wayne, and it probably is Lil Wayne. Like, if we have to really
put it down,
pick a year,
like, song
pick
to
a
song.
pick a K. Like, if we had to really pick a year and start lining it up track by track, you're probably going with Lil Wayne.
But since then, we can say this is
been
one of the hottest years for
a featured artist.
Yeah.
Period.
He literally tore off his own features.
Period. He killed it. Salute to J. Cole and give him a round of applause on that. That is my winner, feature artist of the year. Now for yourself.
Yes, sir.
And the winners.
Drizzy Drake, y'all. I give it to Drizzy Drake.
Now I'm wondering why you picked Drake on this one.
Because it's only because everything Drake touches turns into gold.
Fair.
That's why. So he started out the season with Look Alive on Block Boy JB. You know when I heard of
That
Block
was
Boy
this
JB?
year?
Yep, it was in February.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Whoa,
no one had
okay.
ever heard. You know what's funny? On Academics, I'm gonna stop saying. You know what's funny? On Academics page, right after this
Why?
song
Because it ain't
dropped.
funny.
Yeah, it's actually not funny. Just a fact.
You know
or
what's
a
a
picture.
fact? You know what's a fact?
You know what's a fact? After the song dropped that weekend, because it came out on a Friday. On Saturday, Academics posted a picture from Block Boy JB's Instagram story, and he said, "All my shows have been canceled. Call my manager if you want. Price will triple." Literally, one day after a song dropped with Drake, his price tripled for features. We got Walk It Like You Talk It. Oh, sorry, Walk It, Talk It, Walk It, Talk It. I guess that's the name of the song.
Is that Walk It Like I Talk It?
Yes.
What song? Who's that again?
Migos.
Drake was on it? Oh, yeah, Drake was on it. Okay.
Bigger Than You, which didn't blow up, but it was, it was an eye.
Who's that?
This shit's bigger than you. Shit, bulletproof. 2 Chainz, Quavos.
I actually don't know that track at all.
If you heard it, you'll know it.
I'm not gonna lie.
Sicko Mode.
Yes.
One of the hottest songs of the year. No Stylist, where he dissed. He also went on his Latina road and
True, I forgot about his whole
he
Latino
went
run.
MIA with Bad Bunny, who supposedly is the Tekashi of the reggaeton world.
Yep.
Let's not forget Never Recover, Lil Baby, Gunna.
Yeah.
Quavo Honcho flipped the switch. It didn't blow up, but it was alright.
I mean, Sicko Mode alone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and now Going Bad with on Meek's album.
Yes,
that's Never Recover.
That caught. I don't know how that song just became a song that I like, because when it first came out, I didn't like it at all.
Oh, I love Drake's verse, and he hit the chorus on that too.
And that's the thing about Drake as a featured artist, is that he almost forces you to like it. He almost gives you no other option. You know what I mean? So, salute to Drake.
That's it. Yeah, those are his features. But for sure, I guarantee people have heard
everything,
all of those features at one point, all because of Drake's name, man. So shout out to Drake, man. He put a lot of people on. He did. Shout out to Drake.
Not gonna lie. That's gonna be our options, of course, for best featuring artist. Let's move on to our next award. Best, and I'm gonna put this in quotes, air quotes, best new artist of the year. Our only criteria is that it's new to us.
Pretty much.
So if it's my first year listening to Kanye West,
then that's your best new artist.
Kanye West is my best new artist. It is what it is.
And your winner is Kanye West.
Imagine that'd be some dumb shit. Jesus Christ, I should just quit the podcast now.
I'll be like, yo, can I get a new co-host here, guys?
Pretty much. I'm gonna let you get this one off first. So.
Right. The winner is.
My winner is Juice WRLD.
That's a good choice.
Juice WRLD, again, I found out about him in February, and he's been hot. He's been staying hot. Pause. So I don't see why anyone else should win Best New Artist over the person that's just getting hotter and hotter. His stock is steady climbing.
He's really going to be a problem soon.
He's shown us different variety of music. Again, I'm not going to repeat. We said this all last episode when I gave him Best Hype Nigga. So. Yeah, Juice WRLD, congrats. Do your thing. You're cleaning up this award show today. We should do like a count next episode.
We should do a count. I'm down for that.
This person won this many awards.
I'm down for that. But yeah, no, shout out to Juice WRLD. You get a little mini applause. Shout out to Juice WRLD. Why not? My new artist, quote unquote, best new artist of the year, quote unquote, for myself. And the winners. I'm going to switch directions a little bit. I'm going to go with Blood Orange this best new artist of the year. Again, this was my first year discovering them. I don't know how far back their music goes. Have they been out before? How far? Yeah, no, I have no clue. I have no clue. Let me do a quick Spotify search as I, try to fill some airway time.
You know what's funny? Oh, no, it's funny. I heard about Blood Orange. You always talk about Blood Orange, and it came out on Made in Tokyo's album. They had a song there.
They have mad albums.
No, they had a song on Made in Tokyo.
No, but I'm saying I just did a Spotify search. Yeah, they go back.
So it's new to you.
New to me, but like I said,
that's what the best new artist is. You don't like it, then get the hell out of here.
Their album, Negro Swan, great. And I think what really got me onto Blood Orange was seeing them live.
Yeah, I went to that concert too.
Yes, I had the opportunity to see them live. Bought some shitty seats and got moved up, which was great.
Always the best.
Yeah, they're one of those that the studio almost does them a disservice.
Damn. Well, that's what voice people.
Yeah, the studio almost does them a disservice because their ability And I say there because again, it's the main vocalist and the
band or something.
I mean, I know there's two other vocalists that are so fucking crazy. It's ridiculous.
Damn,
I can't even not give them their shine. But I know there's kind of the main guys, so I don't even really know how to refer to them. But Blood Orange, they're great. They made a really good album this year. They have so much substance in their music, and like I said, they're one of those artists where the studio does them a disservice. The sound is so much better and so much more pure when it's live. I have nothing but good things to say about Blood Orange, man. Nothing but good things to say about Blood Orange. Shout out to them.
Thing.
Absolutely gonna pay attention to them moving forward.
Okay.
And when the time permits, I definitely want to go back and check their catalog as well. But at the very least, everyone needs to listen to Negro Swan, which is their newest album that came out this year. So shout out to Blood Orange.
Best new artist.
Best new artist. Where are we going next?
Comeback of the year.
Comeback of the motherfucking year. Now, comeback, obviously, pretty obvious what that is.
You fell off and you came back, and
well, I mean, not even necessarily a fall off though. That's the interesting thing.
That's true. Not a fall off.
Comeback of the year. All it really means is, you know what, for valid reasons or invalid reasons, you were somebody that we didn't quite hear as much about for a period of time.
Okay, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And now you're directly back in the limelight, or comeback.
Comeback. Positive comeback too. Not in the limelight for some negative stuff.
Not like Kanye or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You can't. That was the opposite of a comeback, right? So in terms of comeback of the year, do you want me to start or do you want to start?
You can start.
Yo, that's funny. I get it. That's so funny. Anyway, so comeback of the year. I am going to give that award. And the winners. That is the proper
Hove again.
Prefix to use. Hove. No, I'm joking.
It is Hove again, technically. Like J. Cole.
It's Hove affiliated.
Get some money off this.
My comeback of the year award is going to go to, of course, Meek Mill.
Hey, shout out to Philly's very own.
Same exact reason I gave him biggest W this year in music. Championships. He came back. My series out. I didn't ask Siri to play music. And you play some Jay-Z shit on top of that. Y'all are trying to get us kicked out.
Always listening.
Holy, that's actually creepy.
Always listening.
You saw that.
Always listening.
I didn't do that purposely. You
always
just saw
listening.
That.
I'm telling you.
All right. Anyways. Wow. Hove is coming for us. Why
didn't you give me comeback of the year, huh?
Like I was saying, for Meek, man, comeback of the year, he came back in an effective way. I think the reason why he gets comeback of the year is very simple. When he was coming back, there were huge expectations of him, right? And I'm talking
there were
huge expectations.
Agreed.
And somehow, some way, he managed to exceed immensely those expectations. I don't think anyone saw the immense exceeding of those. You know what I'm saying?
I think everyone did. Like everyone,
I thought we thought he would meet the expectations.
Yeah, that's true. We thought
he would met the expectations, and he already won.
Yeah, would have been satisfied with.
He already won. We would be extremely satisfied with him
for sure.
He met the expectations, but he exceeded them.
He did
somehow find a way to exceed them, and that to me is just mind-boggling. It's crazy. Championships was a really good album, and it's like, again, I'm gonna allude to the Joe Budden podcast for a moment again. Although they're different types of albums, and I still have KOD as one of my better. I still rank KOD higher than Championships as an example. But what they said on the Joe Budden podcast was, now that your peers are back, Wale's making music again.
J. Cole's out here.
Cole, obviously, Kendrick is gonna come with some shit in 2019. For sure. We know that. You can't make KOD again.
You can't, no.
You can't.
Definitely can't. That was a one-time thing.
And that's what J. Cole was showing with the features. I know I'm going back to J. Cole for a moment, but that's where J. Cole was showing, what the fuck is really up with the features. Because although KOD was a strong album for other reasons, you can't really put it against Championships if we're talking just straight lyrics and rapidy rap shit.
KOD was not supposed. I don't think KOD was supposed to be that. KOD was supposed to be like a teaching, like a lesson, like
exactly.
Say I can do this too, and I'm gonna give you a message with it, and it's not that hard. So
exactly. But now someone like Meek Mill drops Championships. That's gonna make his peers want to be even better. That's gonna make better Wale.
Yeah. Cole's next album is going to be hella fire.
That's going to make, and better J. Cole is naturally going to make better Kendrick. So Meek Mill coming back and Meek Mill exceeding expectations, people don't really realize how much of an impact on the entire rap game that has had.
It's like your boy that fell off. He's coming back. Y'all getting money together.
That's it.
Like, all right, we're all in this. Let's go make more money together.
And then your competitors, in terms of friendly competition, now they have to step their shit up.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? When
Level up.
KD is no longer injured, LeBron's like, yo, I got to play now.
I can't be resting.
So, exactly. So shout out to Meek Mill. Comeback of the year for sure. Now, for yourself, let me give you your motherfucking prefix.
The winner is...
I got 2 winners for y'all. Lil Wayne. Definitely Lil Wayne.
Okay.
After being off since, 2012?
Although it's funny because he's been releasing projects every year.
He didn't release he did release a bunch of stuff.
Mixtapes.
Yeah, he did. But this was his first album, marketed.
Exactly.
Not produced.
He got, I guess, his freedom back.
Yes, exactly. Since his freedom, first thing that we know, like, this is Lil Wayne put his effort into.
Freedom.
And he gave us Carter 5, which I think was one of the firest albums of the year.
Good album. Very good album.
Second goes to Tyga. Come on, we got it. No one can deny that song was not hot in the summer.
T-Rilla.
Here we go again.
Killer.
Hey,
he has the same flow on every track.
It works, bro. It works.
It works. The hairline came back, of course.
He did that pull thing.
He had the what's it called? Taste? That banger was called Taste.
Yeah, Taste.
And then he had like 5 more versions of Taste.
Yeah,
that
Dip
came out
with
this year.
Nicki,
Dip, Drip,
Swish,
little
one words,
clouds. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one word shit. That
shout out to T-Rilla. He knows what he does, and he just stays in that lane.
That's it. He stays in his pocket. He's not trying to overstep. His former girls were damn near a Billy now, so it's like, yo, you gotta find a way to make a consistent stream of income for yourself, and I think he's done it.
Yeah.
I think he's done it.
Shout out to Tyga, man.
And Tyga always manages to have a song every year, and that's what people don't realize.
He's a hit maker.
He manages to make a hit. Like, it's gonna take a Tyga concert when he does Legacy Act for everyone to realize this guy has some hits.
Yes, hits. Tyga has hits.
He has some hits.
Go on Spotify and search him. This is Tyga. You'll see some hits there.
Shout out to Tyga, man.
Shout out, man.
Why not?
Man, do what you do and do it best. I don't know where I was going with that.
Hey, I don't know where you were going with that either. I'm not gonna lie. It sounded inspirational, but it didn't really.
It didn't land.
Yeah, it didn't really land.
It was getting to the tarmac, and then it just crumbled and fell.
Now we're gonna get into a very, very, very interesting category. This is a category that neither of us really followed fucking the rules on.
It made no sense.
And neither of us kind of knew where to go with this because we had, so much music released this year.
A lot of music.
Essentially, we're getting to our top albums list. And where it started, just to be transparent with you guys, we started with top 5 rap albums. I had 16 options on there.
He's not joking.
I'm not
joking. He literally had 60 options.
We also had top 5 non-hip hop albums, and I had 3 options. So we're like, okay, something's wrong here. I'm not meeting either criteria. You had 2 options for top 5 non-hip hop,
and I had 8.
You had like 8 or 9 for top 5 rap. So you know what? We were all over the place. We said, okay, let's just call this the top albums category. If we want to assign a number to it, let's definitely start counting down once we reach sort of our top 5. But let's just kind of, talk some shit about, I guess, some of our honorable mentions.
Yes, sir.
So I won't even do the and the winner is on this one because we're just off the rip right now.
Spitting.
Pause. Top albums, my honorable mentions, again, like I said, Negro Swan by Blood Orange.
Okay.
That's a great album, like I said. East Atlanta Love Letter.
By
Black, of course. That's an album that I played top to bottom several times.
It's good.
That's a very good album. Very good album. Jim Jones, Wasted Talent. Slept on album. Extremely slept on album. If you want depth New York rap, again, it's crazy saying that Jim Jones is the best member of the fucking Diplomats. Like, that's bananas. He's the best member of the Diplomats that gives you the most amount of substance. And Wasted Talent, don't let that go to waste. Please go listen to that. For the same reason, I want you to listen to T.I. Dime Trap. That was also an honorable mention. great. It's
I need
great.
to listen to it.
It's great. A lot of depth. Ti is really doing his thing. The production on that is very heavy. You can tell a lot of time was spent on production.
Okay. Feel you.
Good features on there, of course. Good album. Just period. Good album. Cardi B, you have to acknowledge Invasion of Privacy.
You sold me on this last week. Because at first I was like, no, there's no way. But after you told me other hits on it, and I was like, you know what?
And she's fucking spazzing, bro. Like I didn't watch the Money video yet, but
you know that Money song. There is one thing that pisses me off about it. The third line of the song.
I didn't even know the words.
Okay, she goes dumb. No. I ride his dick. I'm like, come on, man. How am I supposed to be singing this song?
Oh, you can't.
Like, I love my bitches. I love my nigga. I ride his dick. I'm like, come on, Nicki.
Pause.
Or Nicki.
Cardi,
man. I'm not trying to yell I love
back with Offset.
But the chorus is hard. Money. Get this money. Get this money.
And then she released another snippet, I think.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, when she was dancing.
Yeah,
Cardi's going to come hot in 2018.
And I'm not even a Cardi fan, but yo, Cardi is bodying, bro.
You know what? I'm a fan of people that just make music.
Yeah, no, of course.
And she seems like she enjoys her music. It's not a job for her. It's like, I'm just doing this because it's fun. I enjoy making this song. I love what I say.
But yeah, I mean, Invasion of Privacy obviously was her, arrival into the game, into superstardom, and she hasn't turned back since. I mean, even if we go back to when Invasion of Privacy released, to her having a child, at some point we thought there was going to be some kind of minor fall off.
Nope.
If you compare what she is now as a celebrity versus what she was as a celebrity when Invasion of Privacy came out, she's way ahead now.
She skyrocketed,
and that's scary to think about.
And she broke up with her husband.
Oh, they're back together, man.
Are they back together again?
They might as well be.
Everyone knows they are.
They're wakeboarding together.
Everyone knows.
But yeah, off that Cardi stuff, Meek Mill Championships, obviously honorable mention for previous reasons that I just mentioned. For Meek Mill,
say less.
Getting the comeback of the year. Lupe Fiasco, Droga's Wave, again. That's an album that even I didn't, and I talked very highly of it. I gave it an 8 out of 10
you
rating.
Lupe too.
Love Lupe, one of my favorite artists. He's in my top 5 ever.
Ever.
Yeah, I think my top 5 solidified. By the way, I think it's Jay-Z, no order. Jay-Z, although Jay-Z's one. Jay-Z,
no order, but Jay-Z's number 1.
Jay-Z, J. Cole, Method Man, Lupe Fiasco. Can I say Wale is 5?
Mine always has a 2 or 3 1 or 2 that's always like.
But those four are set in stone. Method Man, Lupe Fiasco, Jay-Z, J. Cole.
I'll give you mine quickly. Tekashi, Trippie Redd. I'm playing.
But like I was saying, Droga's Wave was a great album. Like the first half of that album tells an entire story. It's literally like a movie of pirates and all that shit, man. It's just
sick.
By the sea, fishermen, all that shit. Just go listen to that shit, man. It's proper. Denzel Curry, Taboo. Definitely an honorable mention of mine as well. One of those newer artists that kind of jumped on scene for me. And
he's not signed?
A lot of artists aren't signed.
But I respect that. Like for him to have a solid album not signed like that.
He has a vision. He has a vision for sure. And I like to see him executing on it with Taboo. And I wanted to make sure that was an honorable mention because that was an album that kind of didn't really get spoken about after it came out.
It took a little minute.
So, I definitely want to highlight that. That's a good album. A ton of honorable mentions. I could keep going, honestly.
Trust me, he's not lying.
Shit. I'm not even going to go yet. Let me hear your honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
I can keep going.
A lot of them are part of yours.
Yeah.
There are 1 or 2 that are not. Championships by Meek Mill, like you said, W of the year, exceeded expectations. Let's not deny that it did. The only reason it did not make my top 5 is just because I feel like I needed to marinate a little more.
Okay.
Give me a few more months. I want to listen to it 2 months later and still feel the same way I felt.
Still feel the same emotion. And,
yes.
Right. Like almost like Dreams and Nightmares still does.
Exactly.
I get it.
East Atlanta Love Letter, say less. That album was amazing, top to end. 6 Lack did his killing thing. FM. Yes.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Actually, because of you, I listened to it. And I did not regret listening to it because I still listen to it up to today.
Staples is a very talented individual.
Definitely.
I don't know if he was trolling or not, but he released a video game for Soulja Boy's console.
He did?
Yeah, I don't know if he's trolling or not. I
Oh
don't know
my
if it's a joke,
gosh,
but
he
I
has to
saw a
be.
trailer and that shit looks fire.
He is that person that does troll people. Though.
I know
when,
that,
when you
but
watch his interviews,
that shit looks fire,
that's
man.
so funny, man.
Shout out to Vince Staples. Shout out to
him.
Soldier Boy too, man, for getting on his Ray J shit. People laugh at it, but
Hey, get your money,
y'all
man.
are laughing. These are the next fucking inventors. Like
Right.
Ray J, like give Ray J 10 years.
You see that glasses thing on from that shit was killing me.
Genius.
I look, you wanted one though.
Genius. I want those glasses. Are you kidding
So
me?
you imagine you're falling asleep to the side? Just
like,
it over.
puts it on like fucking monocles. Like I'm like, what the fuck? How do you just look, boom, bop, boom? Because I'm so weary of fingerprints on my glasses, right? So I'm just wondering how he's seamlessly just chop, boom,
without touching
boom,
it.
boom, ha, ha. Like
who knows?
There was a moment actually I was driving this week and I was thinking to myself, like, man, like I'm in traffic right now. I don't want to keep taking my glasses on and off. If I had the opportunity just to flick them to the front,
flick them down, flick them back up,
it would actually really help. Funny enough.
Yo,
but yeah, Vince Staples. Shout out to him.
Yes,
that was a good album.
Taboo
for sure.
You put me onto this. You were saying listen to this.
And it's funny, like I said, Denzel Curry was one of those artists I thought
I listened to, yeah.
Which is why I listened to it, and then I convinced you to listen to it when I realized you don't listen to it. Mm-hmm. So
it's a weird ass circle.
It is what it is.
But it honestly became one of my favorite albums. Just amazing artistry from him. Last is Kids See Ghost.
As one of your
honorable mentions for our album of the year.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I can't be mad at anyone that has Kids See Ghost in their top 3, top 5, top pick, whatever. It is. I can't be mad.
I like it, man. I enjoyed it.
At that. So I mean, those are going to be some honorable mentions. Now, what you'll notice again, we're trying to get to a top 5 list. I still have a lot of fucking options to go, bro. This is crazy. But I'm gonna drum roll it.
All right, go ahead. It's our rules. So
let's get into this. Top albums of the year. I will start counting down when I get to the top 3 or 4. I haven't decided yet.
The winner is...
So my top albums in would it be called descending order if I start from the bottom?
That's what you said when I was saying from top to bottom. I was like thinking, wouldn't it be from bottom to top? It would be descending order.
Descending order,
in descending
right?
order.
You start with the higher number, then you descend down to 2. You
descend down to 1. You don't ascend to 1.
Okay, let's do this.
Teach some English on the podcast.
Now, keep in mind, you guys heard how many honorable mentions I have. This was supposed to be top 5 albums, right? So I just want you guys to be aware. At number 11, I have Apologies in Advance by Sylvan LaCue. Really good album. This is an album that follows in the footsteps of Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Telling a story, having that conversation at the beginning of every song. Miseducation did it a little bit differently, of course. Miseducation did it within the songs themselves, whereas Sylvan LaCue was doing more of an interlude format. But it fit the same narrative, it fit the same reason. So it'll be like track 7 interlude, then track 7, track 8 interlude, then track 8. So
that's good.
Really good album. It's telling a story. There's songs about like empathy. There's songs about like, just being selfish. When do you cut off your friends? Just a very thought-provoking album. Nothing but good things to say about that. Shout out to Sylvan LaCue for sure. Number 10 on my list, DiCaprio 2.
10.
I know. DiCaprio 2 by J.I.D. He spazzed. He's really showing his growth on the Dreamville label. Of course, he's going to be definitely one of the front runners when Dreamville is ready to take on TDE, because TDE is fucking Thanos, bro. Let's just call it spade a spade.
Infinity Stones?
TDE has the Infinity Stones plus the Infinity Stones.
Jeez.
Let's really I don't even want to get into that discussion. We'll be here all day. But again, JID, he did his thing. J. Cole obviously was a feature on there, and JID doing his thing, being featured on other projects like the Ninth Wonder project with the Rhapsody feature.
You're on that?
Red Blue.
Shit.
There's a track called Red Blue. Really good song for sure. But JID did his thing. Unfortunately, the album cover had to be changed because it looked like Leo DiCaprio. He had he changed it.
So it's not Leo DiCaprio on the cover anymore?
It was never Leo DiCaprio. It was a model that looked like Leo.
But
DiCaprio.
So what now? Now it's something totally different.
Now it's like it looks like an award. I guess it looks like an MTV Moon Man, but it's like a JID Moon Man.
Did Leo DiCaprio really sue him, or
I don't know. Possibly. I don't know if Leo did it. I don't know who's responsible for it, but
You know what? Yo, no one see Leo DiCaprio's movies. Actually, I'm playing. I don't know. I don't know who said.
Leo's
my
favorite fucking actor.
Is
bro.
he really?
Let's not do Leo. Leo's my favorite actor. Let's not do that. Number 9 on my list, August Green. Again, this is kind of a super group, if you want to call it that. Common is the MC on there. Of course, producer, engineer, etc., producer, all that stuff. August Green was just a really good album, jazz influenced. Very smooth album. Common's. We know how Common is as a lyricist.
Yes, sir.
And we know that he has depth to his music. And he definitely showed that for me. So, again, August Green, that was a really good album. And I'm not going too in-depth into these. Otherwise, this would be a 5-hour podcast. Mm-hmm. But as I'm listing these names, please, I ask that you guys at least give these albums a skim.
Yeah.
Even if you go 30 seconds of each song,
track.
at least give these albums a skim because... You know, in a year that so much music has come out, these are the ones that truly stand out, right? Number 8 on my list, Jesus Christ. Everything is Love by the Carters. Remember, I had them in my top 5 by the half year.
Yeah.
So they got bumped all the way to number 8.
Damn, all the stuff that came out in between, the rearranging.
Yeah.
The re-listening. You know what? Charlemagne said, Everything is Love is a summer album.
Yes.
He's like, it's not made for the fall and the winter. That shit
don't sound as good in the winter.
That's exactly what Charlemagne said.
Holy shit. I was thinking that.
I was going to ask you, I'm like, do you feel the same way?
I do.
Okay.
And I get it. And yeah, some albums are summer albums,
man.
Yeah. Number 7, Book of Ryan by Royce da 5'9". I've mentioned Book of Ryan several times because Royce has won one award today. This
Royce, yeah,
award season.
He got lyricist of the lyrical artist.
Was that the only one? Yeah,
that's the only one he's been.
Whatever,
on.
That's the main one.
Every category.
He's 1 for 1. So
exactly.
Number 6 on my list, Saba, Care for Me.
Saba.
This, I'll be honest with you, some people call this album of the year.
I've seen the people putting up there.
I can agree with it.
I still haven't this week.
If there's one album on this list that you need to listen to. And even though it's only number 6, if there's one album from everything that I've mentioned that you need to listen to, is Saba, Care for Me.
Okay.
Great album. He's definitely, I mentioned him in one of my artists to watch out for in 2019.
Mm-hmm, you did.
I could have easily put him as best new artist that I've discovered this year. That's a special album. That is a special album. So much that's being offered within that album package. And number 5 on my list, let me give myself a drum roll again because now we're finally on the motherfucking top 5. Let's go.
Only took about half.
So my top 5 albums of 2018.
And the winners.
Number 5, Astro World.
Okay.
By Travis Scott.
That shit was.
He delivered. When I think about, I finally learned the difference in Grammy talk versus song versus performance.
Oh, I did that. I learned that too when I was into a podcast and they explained
Same. So when I think about who performed the best this year,
yeah, it's Astroworld.
It's Astroworld.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say. Mm-hmm. Right, the features that he had on there, they were coming into his world.
Yes,
you know what I mean. He was elevating their sound.
Yeah,
but they were still being themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Transition to transition, track to track.
Yeah, still the theme.
I still stick by the comments that I made where I say this is almost like, and it's not even to compare the quality of the music, it's just to compare how it was put together. This is the poor man's Twisted Fantasy.
In a way, I won't fight you on that in a way.
It's the poor man's Twisted
Fantasy. I can see where you're coming from.
It's like, it's a really good project by Travis Scott, man, for sure.
You said he's the next Kanye in
that sense, right?
He has potential to be there. His ceiling is Kanye.
Exactly, right? Number 4 on my list, K.O.D. by J. Cole. Yeah, I mean, that was a timely album. Like I said, it came out at the perfect time. It represents an era of especially a subgenre within hip hop where there is a problem. There is a serious drug abuse problem. And J. Cole, this was his public service announcement to that entire subgenre, to anyone that feels like they have to
live that life,
medicate instead of meditate. Obviously, some of the different things that he said within the album itself. KOD, Kids on Drugs. What else does it stand for? Kill Our Demons.
Knockout.
What else was I forget what it's for, but even just those two monikers in and of themselves, Kill Our Demons and Kids on Drugs, you kind of get a sense for what it is. And like I said, this album wasn't meant to be the best album in terms of lyrical content, but what it was meant to do was it was meant to be an album that fits with the time. I feel like he executed perfectly, and it's timely, and it has replay value, and it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good as an
beats.
album. Number 3 on my list, Redemption by J-Rock.
Win.
Special album. This was J-Rock's year to shine. TDE focused on him, and they didn't drop the ball at all. His concert actually was in my running for best concert of the year because the way he controlled was just amazing.
That's nice, man. That's good to hear.
Great album top to bottom. J-Rock has always been one of those artists where they're good, but they can't quite bring it together when it comes to mainstream success. Right?
He did it this year.
And I feel like he did it this year. So you absolutely have to shout him out for that. Number 2 on my list, Daytona. I've already spoken about it. Again, the cohesiveness, just perfection in a short 7-song package.
5 minutes?
Nothing misses. Nothing misses on Daytona
no
at
skips.
all. Number 1 on my list for the same reason as number 3 on my list is Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle.
Highly underrated album.
So that's going to be my top album of the year. Victory Lap, Nipsey Hussle. This was his arrival. Nipsey Hussle was always one of those names where you knew they were good. I just said this about J-Rock.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
You knew they were good.
Just
but
not
they
that
could never...
like mainstream success.
Exactly. It's almost like, can you name a Cassidy album?
Oh, hell no.
Neither can I.
Well, everyone knows he spits bars.
That's my point, right? Like I just freestyled that one right now. Like I can't think of a Cassidy album.
I gotta think.
Nipsey Hussle was kind of in that same lane for several years, at least 5-6 years. Where it's like, yo, Nipsey's on the Ross feature. Oh, I know Nipsey. He's sick.
That's what I was gonna say. I heard Nipsey on features. That's why I was like, yo, this is a sick guy. Why have I never heard like a song of his?
A project. You know what I mean?
Like a project of his, and then
puts together Victory Lap.
Amazing album.
Very fitting name. He's arrived.
Yes.
He's arrived. He's showcased himself as an upper echelon rapper. He showcases himself as a rapper where when music comes out, you have to go to it. You have to listen to it.
We're checking for him now.
You check for him now. He dropped a single recently,
Yep.
Or not a single, but a new song recently. And that song goes hard. I forget the name of the song on top of the head.
Song goes hard.
But again, man, Victory Lap was a great album. Blue Laces 2 was one of the standout tracks on there, of course. I can really keep going if I want.
Everything, man. Play from beginning to end.
And that's the thing about all of these albums is that, part of my criteria to even be considered album of the year
playthrough
is that it has to be no skips. It has to literally be no skips. And, starting from the title track at number 1 all the way down to, Right Hand to God, which is the final track, Victory Lap is a really good album. Top to bottom. That is my album of the motherfucking year. Okay. And now that I took 30,000 minutes to go through my list of 21 albums, even though we were only supposed to do 5, I'm going to finally hand the floor to you.
It's all
I'm
good.
Gonna give you the stage.
Are you done? You don't add any more?
Is y'all finished or y'all done? Yo, we should have that.
Yo, who said that?
Who said that?
Was it Cardi?
I was going to say Big Man.
Oh, it was Birdman.
Birdman.
Is y'all done? When he's like, put some respect on my name. Achia. Do you see that Webby video of Webby trying to...
Charlamagne and Angela G, Angela G, DJ E. I'm like, yo, what are you saying, Webby? What's wrong with you?
I was crying, man. What's
wrong with you? All right, let me give you the floor for probably the next 5-10 minutes.
I'll make it quick.
And the winners.
At number 5, I have my very own Juice WRLD's Good Riddance and Goodbye and Good Riddance. Why? It was the opening of Juice WRLD. I have called him the black man's Post Malone. We all love Post Malone. White people love Post Malone, so why can't we love the same nigga if he's black? Juice WRLD came in. He gave us those sad beats. He gave us those sad vibes. You're breaking up with your girl. He gave us all those. And then, over the year, he switched it up. He gave us features, and he showed us his different style. He gave us that 1 hour freestyle that was amazing. So all in all, Goodbye and Good Riddance, to bring it back to Goodbye and Good Riddance, which is the album I was talking about, not his features.
I do think Juice WRLD is ready to get Post Malone the fuck out of here.
He should. Like I said,
I think it's happening.
Although
Post Malone is talented.
If Ciroc owns it, did he own Ciroc? Why would I buy Belvedere?
Was Post Malone on the 21 shit? Was that him?
Yeah, he was on 21.
That was him.
It was not Juice WRLD. Because at first I thought it was Juice WRLD, and then he started doing Post Malone
21
stuff.
did that shit that you like, man. That no display your feature shit.
Yeah, I liked it. I did not see J. Cole coming.
That's the thing. So when I was listening to it and I played it back for one of my boys, and I explained it to him, I said, "Yo, Shola likes the no feature shit. I like the feature shit. I like to see what's happening.
I don't want to know.
I understand the value of not knowing." When Cole came on, I was in my car driving. I was like, "Yo,
trust.
What the fuck just happened?
Trust
21.
me.
Really? 21? That's what you're doing?" I was impressed.
Trust me.
I was absolutely impressed. But Post Malone's talented. But Juice WRLD's ready to get him the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Number 4, I have the Black Panther soundtrack. I just love the it felt like a big W for the Black community. This soundtrack, it was fire. It was meant for a good cause. It's a staple in our community. It showed we can produce, we can make our own ish. We don't need the white man.
And you know what's crazy? I think in hindsight, again, because hindsight's always 2020.
I was just thinking that
Black Panther actually was a catalyst. How do I explain this? Okay, TDE we already know is at the top.
Yes.
Right. Personally, Dreamville's who I'm kicking it with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's like Xbox for PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm team PlayStation no matter what. I'm gonna be team Dreamville no matter what.
Adam.
But when we think about TDE, like, I mean, they've clearly set themselves apart.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're doing their own shit differently. Like,
I think 2018 was an interesting year because again, we think about their ability to focus on an artist, a la J-Rock. We've seen it in 2017 with SZA.
Yeah.
We will see it in 2019. I do think it's going to be Ab-Soul again, or Q. I do think it's going to be one of the two of them. I don't think it's Reason yet. Now that I think Reason is 2020.
One more year.
Yeah.
Let him marinate a little.
This Black Panther soundtrack really was a catalyst for them to say, yeah, we're that good, by the way.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh yeah, we can produce a whole album.
Yeah, we're that good.
Like we can rap.
Look at all the videos we do. Look at the compilation project we do. Look at our musical leader in Kendrick. Look at all of our affiliates in J-Rock and SZA and this and that and that. Mm-hmm. Like, we're not playing. Yeah. We're not playing.
That's why I like the Black Panther soundtrack. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It said a lot. Just little, 14 tracks said a lot. Number 3 was the Carter 5. I'm not even going to spit on this. You guys know I love Lil Wayne.
Pause. I thought you would have Carter 5 at number 5. It would just, be easier to roll.
I thought about that, but I'm like, no, I can't put it 5. It's too low.
You can't.
That respect
fake up your ratings.
That respect of the OG and Lil Wayne dropping flames after years off.
I respect it.
Number 2 was Astroworld. For exactly the same thing you said. It showed us just a good piece of art.
I didn't think you'd have it that high.
No, I loved Astroworld. At first I did it. I know I gave 7.5, but the more I listen to it, the more I love it. It's weird. The more I listen to it, the more I love it.
That's how I feel as well. And it's funny because I kind of I went on almost like a roller coaster ride with Astroworld. It was like when I first listened to it, you know how much I
you're like, I don't feel this hype. I'm not explaining. I'm not liking this whatsoever.
And then at some point, I started liking it a lot more than you.
Yeah, that is true. Because I was like, it's I.
And then I fell off of it again. And it's I. And then just as the year is coming to an end, and as Sicko Mode, you could make the argument Sicko Mode got a late season resurgence.
Yeah, it hit the white crowd.
Yeah, when it first came out, obviously it was Black famous.
Yes,
right?
We listened to the album. We're like, yep, this song is going to be hot.
It was Black Twitter famous, and then somehow in October-ish, it just came around again for some reason.
Yeah,
I think that was the point when I said to myself, okay, Astroworld is really fucking good. Really fucking.
Because when I want to listen to music and I don't know what I want to listen to, Astroworld is always one of the top ones I go to.
It's a really fucking good album.
It's a really good together project.
And again, we speak about, even going back to featuring artist of the year. That's kind of what I was referring to. People like Ty Dolla $ign, people like Travis, where it's they just have that yeah.
But you know it's
that
them
alone, and you know it's them, and you're like,
that's hot.
That makes it. When I think about, just listen to Sicko Mode and pay attention only to Travis Scott's ad-libs.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be like, it's so perfectly placed. It's just like, okay, he's not doing it every bar. He'll do it like bar
not.
1, bar 3, bar 7, bar 8, bar 11. Like he's just like it's so random that it's done perfectly.
That's why I call it art, because I'm like, it's more than just a bunch of songs.
Yeah,
it's literally like the way he used the features, the way he used Sway Lee in Sicko Mode, the way he used Uncle Lou, Don't Stop, even though it's just a sample, he used the fact that he could put 4 voices on a track, and it still sounds amazing. Let's not forget. Or
even work with so many like, wasn't Elton John on some shit? Like
no,
I don't know if he
not on his album,
but
Young Thug worked with Elton John.
Just his ability to
work with different artists of different,
to just put different vocalists together. Like you wouldn't think Sway Lee, the vocalist, works with Young Thug, the vocalist, works with Frank Ocean, the vocalist, works with Person D, the vocalist, on one song, and somehow he has the ability to do it. Right? So
that's Astroworld for you.
Astroworld was special, man.
It's a roller coaster.
It was special.
And then number 1 is Redemption by J-Rock.
Dang.
I had 0 expectations going into this, and I left at 100%.
This being your number 1 is completely surprising to
Redemption, me. Redemption, because when I was listening to my album of the years, I was like, whoa, Redemption. I listened to it, but I did not listen. You know, I skimmed it, like Jay-Z would say. And then I listened to it, and I was like,
do you
it's up there.
Listen to music, or do you just skim through it? It's absolutely up there, man. Like I said, J-Rock, he had a year that he won't forget. Shout out to him. I'm not mad at him being number 1 on your list at all. I argued putting Redemption number 2. But I also argued putting Daytona number 1. But I know Victory Lap is number 1. So it's like,
it's one of those.
It just kind of fell into place. Like,
sat there.
Are there any albums that you had a hard time fitting into your, like?
I wanted to put Scorpion. I wanted to, but because just got like Drake, but I couldn't. It was not album of the year worthy. KTSC. I think that was slept on. That could have made my honorable mention, if anything. How about you?
I wanted Care For Me to be higher. I have it at number 6. I wanted Care For Me to be higher, but I just couldn't bump anything out.
Yeah, that happens.
Same with August Green, because again, remember when we did the half year awards, August Green was in my top 5. Right? Same thing as well with Elise LeGros, man. Playing Chess. That's a good project. That Toronto jazz artist, Elise LeGros. I really like that album, but the amount of music that just came out in the second half of the year, it honestly went from my top 5 to not even mention. I think that's a Jay-Z line as well. Shit, shout out to Hov. That guy's our Bible, man. Went to top 5 to not mention at all. To your bodyguards, Uchi Wally verse is better than yours. In fact, you got the same flow in the whole fucking song, but I know the sun don't shine if sun don't shine. Shout out to Jay-Z. That's Takeover. The break's over. You know what I'm saying? Where are we going next? Is that it for album talk?
That's it for album talk, actually.
I think that is it for album talk. So we're going to have 3 main awards left.
Pretty much.
So let's get then into our final 3 awards for, I guess, the year.
The year?
Shit. Goddamn.
The year.
You know when people like on December 31st say like, "Oh, see you next year."
I hate that joke. It's so annoying.
On, man. We're not
shut the hell up, man.
Every single fucking year. We're not falling for it.
Oh, remember like, they see you on the first, like, oh, I saw you last year.
Yeah, like
shut up,
like, you'll be like, yo, what are you saying? Are you working? I mean, I'm not working on Tuesday. Nobody is. It's Christmas. Okay, we get it. Like, we get it. We get it.
God.
But yeah, we're gonna go through our final 3 awards. The first one will be Male Rapper of the Year. Second one will be Female Rapper of the Year. And the third one will be Overall Artist of the Year. Before we get to that, I do want to quickly mention, you'll notice with a lot of our awards that they are hip-hop heavy.
Yes.
For example, our top albums, it was all hip-hop.
Yeah, pretty much.
Only a couple of non-hip-hop in the honorable mention. It's because that's what we listen to.
That exactly. We don't listen to every single genre of music.
I like R&B. I do. I like R&B a lot. I like Decent Love Letter a lot. I liked Chris Brown's 52 song shit. I like The Dream's new shit.
Heartbroken.
I didn't listen to Trey Songz shit, but Neo came out with some decent shit this year.
I listened to Trey Songz stuff. That was good too.
I like it, but when we're talking, top albums that we can provide critical opinions on,
those are
it's going to be the ones that we listen to the most, and that's going to be biased towards hip hop. And that's why our final 3 awards are basically hip-hop related.
Yes.
Male Rapper of the Year, Female Rapper of the Year, and Overall Artist of the Year. But that being said, let's get into it, starting with the Male Rapper of the Year. And the winners. I didn't even really say who's going to go first.
I was going to say that, but it doesn't really matter.
You go.
Okay. Well, we have the same. So
do we have the same?
Yes, we have the same for male and female.
I don't look at your shit.
I just looked at it right now. I didn't look at your stuff. I think I entered it before you did.
Holy shit. We do have the same.
Yeah, I look at it right now. Like, it's so funny.
Okay, so let's fucking talk about it.
All right, let's go.
Male Rapper of the Year. We both have J. Cole.
Jermaine Cole.
That's it. Why do you have J. Cole on that list?
Because I didn't give him the hardest features. Because I was playing devil's advocate on that one. I saw your list and I was like, I don't want to give it to him.
Fair.
And he deserves a top award because he did have one of the hottest years in music this year.
Yes.
Features, albums, he toured. He didn't cut his hair.
He made a lot of money on an album. KOD did like 400,000 units first week. So he showed mainstream selling success. He showed, concert success because his shows were damn near sold out. At least Scotiabank Arena was.
Whilst maintaining his message. Not selling out. Pretty much not giving into...
Sticking to his guns. Yeah. He didn't try to chase the limelight. You can argue KOD isn't his sound, but it was intentionally done in that way, as opposed to him chasing.
Yep.
And then again, like I said, the features were special to me because what it showed was that J. Cole almost has that Jay-Z effect where it's like Jay-Z will come out with a feature where he says some lyrics that makes you know that he's online. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he's not tweeting.
Yeah, he doesn't have a Twitter, doesn't have an Instagram, doesn't post anything.
But he's gonna reference a tweet from like 2 weeks ago. Like, yo, hey, hold on, how do you see that stuff?
So it's like he'll reference like a meme or something. You'd be like, yo, I know you're on there. Come on, let's be realistic. And everyone knows Jay-Z's on the fucking internet. Like,
yeah,
he just has enough self-control to not be on it. I feel like J. Cole is very much the same way. He
said in that interview with Pump that he tried staying away when he realized I'm not in touch if I stay away.
Yeah, so he has to start staying in touch a little bit more. And we started to see him be a little bit more socially present.
Yeah.
But Rapper of the Year because what he managed to do in 2018 success-wise while still saying to you guys, hey, yeah, I wasn't really trying in 2018. Watch what the fuck is coming in 2019. He's giving you that vibe where it's like, especially ending things off with the 21 feature. It's like
that was such a good way.
Yeah, I'm not playing with you guys in 2019. I know Kendrick's gonna come. I'm not fucking around.
Shout out to Cole, man. Shout out to Cole.
Put me at the top.
Do your thing.
And that friendly competition that always exists, man. So shout out to J. Cole, Male Rapper of the Year 2018. He absolutely did his thing. Why not?
Why not?
Female Rapper of the Year 2018.
I feel like
you gotta end the winners first.
I feel like we're the Grammys right now, just trying to get her on stage for any reason we can.
I don't think so.
The winner is
man.
Cardi B.
I don't think so. Female Rapper of the Year, but Cardi B.
Nicki lost this for herself, to be honest.
But I mean, how can you not give it to Cardi?
She's had one hell of a year.
When we think about the year she's had, and it's just like I said, when you think about her celebrity when you think about her celebrity before Invasion of Privacy came out, let's just timeline this real quick. She was
huge. That was when Bodak Yellow the
celebrity before that. So that's the Big and Head Bodak Yellow era, if you want to call it that. Megastar.
Super.
Then by the time Invasion Privacy was ready to come out, it was like Megastar times 10, right? When you compare her now to where she was when
she's even bigger.
She's like Megastar times 100. She had a child. She came back from the child, looking the damn same that she did
Fashion Nova's spokesperson.
Fashion Nova, album sales, single after single after single,
hits after features
after hits.
Her shit
still plays on the radio.
Yes,
her old shit still plays on the radio while simultaneously introducing new shit to us.
Money.
The new stuff sounds more fire than Invasion of Privacy.
Money.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I'm agreeing with you. We have the same reasons.
I don't see how any female musician is dethroning Cardi B right now.
No one is.
Period.
Unless something drastic happens, she's not. There's no reason for her to be dropping off. And her label's putting money into her because they know what she can do.
And for for her music career, you can kind of argue that some things have happened that would otherwise be drastic. Splitting from your husband,
having a child
that otherwise would hurt you. She disappeared for 2 months.
She came back looking like she didn't even have a child.
Yeah. So, shout out to Cardi B. I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Nah, you said it all, man.
I can't find a reason to not give Cardi B
She's had the hottest year. She entered the beef and she won.
Entered the beef, won. Like everything. Like everything. Everything she did worked this year.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So,
shout out to Cardi.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Shout out to Puerto Rican princess.
I don't even know, man.
Shout out to our Latina princess.
That's a smarter way to put it. Final award.
Woo!
Shit.
Never thought this day would come.
Final award of the year.
First year Truies coming to an end.
Overall artist of the year.
Uh-huh.
Now we do have differing opinions on this one.
This one was not the same, guys.
This is not the same. So I'm going to let you get this one off first. Overall, 2018 overall artist of the year.
The winner is
Drake. Woo! And I'll tell you why. Because he had one of the hottest years. First of all, he went to he got into 2 beefs. Managed to tie.
He went 1-1.
He didn't go 1-1. He didn't lose. It's a tie.
Keep it a buck.
I'm giving it a tie. I'm giving him a tie because I don't think it's ended yet. It's just a halftime or intermission.
Okay.
We got to see where it's going from here.
Fair. That is very fair.
Then he got a legend in music backpedaling and running from paparazzi. And he's not even 30 yet. He just turned 30.
Drake is like 33. What are you talking about?
Oh, no, sorry. I messed up. Sorry. I don't know what I'm thinking of. I'm hungry.
What are you talking about?
I was doing. Yeah, he's 33. I think
he's like 32, 33. No, he's older.
Or 30.
He's older.
Oh,
Meek Mill is 28, 29.
Oh, Meek Mill's young.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, either way, he got like a legend in the game running, and there's no one even knows a word of what he said.
Yo.
Scorpion dropped 25 track album. All the tracks hit the Billboard's top 100 at one point in time.
I'm gonna cut you off because I do agree with you. I wanted to fit Scorpion into my top albums somewhere because although we can make the argument it's too long or it's too this, it's too that, it's 25 tracks, whatever. It's not as good as his discography. I really want people to look at the song list one by one and just ask yourself, like, where did each song go?
That's exactly what we did. Remember we did the math and I ended up getting like a 72% or something. Yeah, that's a pretty good album.
Like, let's think about it. Nonstop went somewhere.
Yes.
God's Plan.
Yes.
I'm Upset.
Yes.
Mob Ties.
Yes.
You can argue Sandra's Rose at the time of
the
album.
At the time, yeah, when it first dropped.
Talk Up featuring Jay-Z at the time of the album. Summer Games, Jaded. Nice for What?
Nice for What, yes.
Finesse, kind of. In My Feelings.
In My Kiki.
The Don't Matter to Me featuring Mike Jack still was something.
I bumped that song the other day.
You're talking. I just riffed off about 11 or 12 songs.
That's half the album.
Yeah. And then that song, when I'm saying like those aren't just songs that we enjoy, those are songs that are like mainstream.
Yeah. Radio
hits. And that's half the fucking album.
That's why I gave it to Drake.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad.
And like I said, everything else he touches is gold. He walks down the street, you know that everyone's going to buy whatever handrail he touched. He touched a door handle, you're probably going to sell that door handle for millions.
Called his hitters on, Pusha T.
With the water guns.
On, that other rapper in the DMs. Drake has hitters, man. I've been saying it.
Shout out to Drake, man. You're my overall artist of the year. I think he's the hottest thing in music right now.
He definitely is.
There's no one harder than him.
He definitely is.
And I don't see anyone dethroning him anytime soon.
Give it 2 years and Cardi will do it. But until then, it's Drake.
And we still never seen his child, by the way. Let's not forget this.
And we've seen the baby mom.
We've never seen
getting
this
her
baby.
followers up. What's her name? Sophie Brozo or something?
She's getting her followers up? What's she doing? Tweeting about Drake?
She's just like, they're probably in a good space now. But like, she's had videos on Instagram where she'll be bumping his music and, shit like that. So
trying to get those followers, I see.
Maybe.
Yeah, but other than that, we know this man had a child since April, and we still never seen a picture, and no one's even questioning.
No one's questioning it at this point.
Yeah.
Brought Nike back in terms of checks over stripes because
Adidas,
Adidas was taken over. Let's be honest.
They were not taken over.
Like mind share wise, like people were talking a little bit.
People were talking about
starting to get there, not take over. You're right. But it was starting to get there. It was like, whoa, they got Ye. Whoa, they got Drake too.
Mm-hmm. That would have been big
starting to get there. And then some shit happened. Drake said checks over stripes, and
that's what we like. Yeah.
Now I'm a proud Adidas fan again because it's not like not everyone's on that shit now. So I'm happy about that selfishly. But no, I'm not mad at that award. Shout out to Drake. Let me give him a round of applause.
Shout out to Drizzy Drake.
Why not? Why not? So, that being said, my 2018 overall artist of the year. Now, you're not going to believe me because I actually just came up with this about 30 minutes before recording.
I was looking at like you got to explain this to me somehow.
I'm going to have to sell it.
You're going to have to explain this to me because I'm not seeing this.
For me, this is out of pocket for me.
Exactly.
My overall artist of the year is Travis Scott.
Huh?
Where's that shit from again?
I don't know.
Oh man, I completely forgot where that shit's from. But anyways, man.
And to this day,
I just felt like playing that.
To this day,
You know what I'm saying.
To this day,
It's one of the best memes ever.
I'm giving it to Travis Scott, and I'm giving it to Travis Scott simply for one reason. He has that is very underrated portion as to why he's overall artist of the year. Never even thought about that. He's established himself.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And okay, we can talk we use that word very loosely. He's established himself. But what I mean by that is when you think about mass appeal, he's officially
Up there.
at stadium status now.
Oh yeah, Hondo P.
Right? Like you can say, okay, rodeo days, he was like festival status. Like he
Openers.
was like maybe opener, maybe sub headliner.
Yeah.
Kind of. Can you picture him headlining with rodeo? I
No,
can't.
no.
But
he wasn't selling out most of the amphitheater on rodeo.
Right. But now it's like if you see this guy's name anywhere,
you're clicking.
He has elevated himself to the same stratosphere as Cardi B, as Drake, as
J. Cole.
J. Cole, I would even argue to the masses is not on the same, although he is. Like we know he is. Like let's be realistic, he is.
Even Jay-Z, not musically, but like to sell out,
exactly.
He's
just
on
a name where it's like I have to click this.
Household name, almost like
I have to buy
he's an
it.
A-lister at this point.
And I think the proof of that is let's look at the week that Tekashi 6ix9ine dropped his album.
Didn't he outsell him?
And Astroworld was number 1 that week. That was like fucking 7 months later.
Yep.
He's still moving units. We know it's because of merch bundles. We know
not
that.
anymore. That's only for first week. Is he still doing it?
No, he's still doing it. Man.
He's still doing it with his stuff.
Absolutely, man. He's still doing merch bundles. But the fact that these merch bundles are still working months later
means people are still buying it.
It just means people are buying it. It means people are still streaming it. Sicko Mode obviously had a late resurgence in the year.
Out like the light.
Like I said, this is the poor man's twisted dark fantasy with respect to his album. Travis Scott has come. He's arrived. He's here. He's stadium status now. He's A+ level in the hip hop world.
He's wiped up.
And it's undeniable. He's wiped up to somehow this lady is worth 900 milli. I don't get it. But shout out to Travis Scott, man. I don't know. I don't even know how to really explain it.
That's all you got to say.
He put himself on, and at this point, he's at that God level in terms of how he's viewed amongst the masses. And at this point, there's no looking back. There really is no looking back. So shout out to Travis Scott for really figuring things out this year. He finally brought all that potential and just completely won.
Exploded it.
Completely exploded, completely won, completely made it into something that's going to be sustainable for him moving forward. And you know what? You just have to give credit where credit is due.
For real.
Shout out to Travis Scott. Let's motherfucking get it.
Exceed expectations.
That might be the end of our awards.
That might be
the end of our awards.
Might?
I don't know what else we got.
That's all we got, really and truly.
I think that's all we got, really and
truly. All right. Don't drink and drive, guys. Drive home safe.
Yeah, that's funny. That's the fucking. I mean, you know what? Let's get into then. If you want to just quickly some quick predictions for 2019. Let's freestyle some stuff. What's gonna happen in 2019?
Let me think. Drake and Kanye beef is going to continue.
I think Drake and Kanye are gonna make a track.
I don't think so. I don't see that coming. I don't see
Cardi
that
and
happening.
Nicki make a track in 2019.
No. We've talked about this. That beef is way further than track.
You're right.
She already talked about his. She already said something about Cardi's
hot
child.
takes at this point.
I'm agreeing with you. I think Pusha and Drake will. No, because of Kanye. Fuck, they can't.
Well, let's get into some realistic music predictions. My one realistic. Okay, let's think about one realistic music prediction.
Okay, Juice WRLD going to drop an album.
My one realistic music prediction is 2 Chainz is going to have a great year.
You think so?
Yes. I think.
Oh, I got one.
2 Chainz is going to come out with music. It's going to surprise people. And I think he's going to be very consistent in 2019 in terms of how often you see him. Another prediction I'll make for 2019, I think the top 2 albums will be decided between Kendrick and J. Cole.
I think
Kendrick and J. Cole are dropping.
I think one of the 2 of them is not dropping.
The 2 hottest albums.
I don't think J. Cole's going to drop an album next year.
I think he will. I think he's for sure. If he doesn't, he's silly. But the
He's
momentum
this year
doesn't matter.
Nah, man, you gotta let people want. You gotta make people want.
No.
You can't
people, but yeah, people do want after his features.
Supply and demand.
That's why he purposely did the features because people want that.
And
cold.
He's gonna go cold for about a few months. Come out with a few features. Early 2020, drop a fire ass album.
Oh, another prediction: Chance the Rapper is gonna come up with some heat.
Oh, finally, about time.
He's gonna come up with some heat.
I think Rick Ross is gonna make a resurgence again.
Rick Ross is coming out early, I believe.
That's what I mean, like an early resurgence. Everyone's gonna be like, "Whoa."
He might even come out with 2 projects. I think he'll come up with 2. I think he'll come up with like a January and an October.
Let me see. Cardi's gonna drop fire ass album again.
You think? Yeah. They're obviously prepping her for an album. With that money track.
I think Migos are gonna drop Culture 3 and it's gonna be whack.
In early year.
Yeah, by February, March.
February.
By March, they'll drop Culture 3. Lil Wayne and Drake are gonna come out with
collab album.
I don't think it'll be a collab album. I think it'll come out with a few tracks.
Okay.
Collab tracks, I'll call it
I think we'll see a mini resurgence of Young Money.
Yo, that'll be fire.
Drake, Nicki, and
Tyga.
Wayne. Tyga. That's actually, that's worth it right now.
You want to see a collab album?
Still here, man. Nicki's still here. Drake is here. Wayne is here, and Tyga.
You want to hear a quick 12 tracks of all 4 of them?
I'd fuck with that.
Right?
I'd fuck with that.
Shout out to music, man.
Shit, man. You know what? I'm looking forward to 2019.
After 2018, it was a big year.
I think it's also going to be an interesting year where a lot of artists aren't so quick to release music. I think a lot of artists held out in 2018, Lil Uzi Vert being one of them. He said, I ain't fucking with this year at all. Too much heat is coming out this year. Let me come out in 2019.
Know your lane.
I think artists will be a little bit more selective.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I also think we're going to be seeing a lot more shorter projects. 5-track EPs.
Easy.
8-track albums. And it's going to be in a more abundance.
Because of how much music, how easy it is to access music.
I think Chris Brown is primed for a resurgence.
72-track album?
I think he's going to do a solid 12-tracker that's finally going to give him the respect musically that he deserves.
Number 5?
Maybe
solidifies his number 5 status.
Maybe
his $5 rapper status, or $5
and he should
artist.
Be already because he naturally is. He's a fucking legend.
He's damn near legend. I was gonna say he's damn near legendary.
He is a legend. Chris Brown, it has to be one of the most talented artists of
because
all time.
He's been around since he was 16. We feel like we know him for so long. He's been around for so long.
True.
It's like Lil Wayne. It's like Lil Wayne's only 35.
Not even that. Lil Wayne is like 33, 34.
He's been rap, but he's been on TV since he was 14.
Years. Yeah.
So it's like we think he's so old, but
almost like a Bow Wow.
That's crazy. Man.
Green Light. I want to bump Green Light 6.
Is that good?
I still haven't bumped it yet. I don't even know where to find it.
I
didn't see that shit on Spotify.
If it's on Spotify, Bow Wow, man, you need to change your
Bow Wow Midnight. I remember Green Light 4. That shit was fire.
One of his Green Lights was hell.
You know what, man? You know what? I think it's that time then.
Pipes?
I think it's that time. Cue the pipes pause. The Incredible Hulk music. Let's get that going. That was fun. That being said, however, it will bring us to the unfortunate end of another episode of the True North Views podcast,
TNV
part 2 of the motherfucking awards, and the perfect way to wrap up the year. Now, please, we ask We're going to be posting a lot of these awards.
A lot of them.
Continue that conversation
Yo, we
about
respond.
what's going on in these awards, man. Continue that conversation. Please share that shit and tell a friend
To tell a friend. To tell a friend. To tell a friend. To tell a friend. To tell a friend.
One more
person, yo.
You know what I'm saying? It's 6 degrees of separation. It's not so hard. It's 6. We can all count to 6. You know what I'm saying? Now, as usual, I don't know, maybe. As usual, I go by the name of Harris.
Joshola here.
I guess you just got to tell them the number one rule.
Number one rule, man. It's Christmas time, so watch out for the waste mans, y'all.
Watch out for those motherfucking waste mans. You know what I'm saying? It's Christmas.
Merry
Christmas to everybody.
Stay safe, y'all.
I hope that you guys are listening to this on Christmas Day.
Or Christmas Eve.
Or Christmas Eve.
Or Boxing Day.
Or Boxing Day. Or Thursday the 27th. Or Friday the 28th. Whichever day you pick, just listen to it.
Yeah.
Just listen to it. And we thank you. We thank you for the year that it has been.
Oh, it's been a big year.
TNV is here. You know
We're here to stay. Get used to it.
We've arrived. I came. I saw. I hit him right dead in the jaw. What song was that? Ludacris? I don't remember what it was. But man, you know what? It is what it is. It's December, although global warming is hitting us and we're going to get not a white Christmas. I'm going to ask everyone. Yeah, white Christmas is overrated.
Yo, you guys are driving snow?
They've been trash.
Last year we had a snowstorm on Christmas Day, I remember.
Yeah,
to Christmas dinner and I couldn't
remember that. That was 2 years ago?
That was last year.
That was last year?
Yeah.
Whoa, time flies. Anyways, guys, stay warm out there, man. You already know what it is. It's the True North Views podcast. It's episode 35.
Merry Christmas.
Skitty.